So, I guess Perpetua, the Nemesis node version of Dr. Nagasa, made an important discovery on their world a while back. She went to the Aztec Valley of the Dead in the middle of exogenous ingression into their world and found shards of a giant stone tablet. Pieces were way too big for her to take with her, so she spent hours making etchings of the entire thing. When Nemesis correctly assembled the etchings, they got, the best description would be an oscillating pattern. Schubert calls it the Great Zigzag. Nemesis tried 6 ways from Sunday to figure out what it meant. And after months of analysis, they finally made a breakthrough. If you mirrored the oscillation, it became a representation of the wavelength of the visual light spectrum. And here's where it gets really, really interesting. With the Shapers and the Nazir physically present on their world, they were able to take readings of the exogenous like we've never been able to. And they found out that the Nazir were associated with the frequency of blue light, and the Shapers were associated with green. But, hey, if you're an Ingress agent, maybe this part isn't so big of a surprise. Resistance, enlightened, blue, green. Apparently those color designations are not arbitrary. But Nemesis counted the points on the zigzag and got 13 in total. And you don't have to be an XM researcher to put together that if the Nazir and the Shapers correspond to blue and green dots, there must be 11 other species of exogenous out there. Or at least there were at one time. Now, Nemesis has shared this Great Zigzag with us. Me and Carrie have been digging into it, and we think we found something that Nemesis missed. If the mirrored oscillation represents a graph of light, Carrie and I think the original configuration represents a graph of time. We don't have it completely sorted out yet, but we're pretty sure that the original oscillation is this prime artifact equation that Nemesis has been going on about. 13 exogenous species, 13 archetypes, and if we're right about this, 13 prime artifacts. We found 11 of the artifacts so far, which means there's still 2 out there. The Darsana lenses are safe with me. Calvin gave them to me for safekeeping, and they gave him his glimpse of the future. Future scrying was what the lenses did at base value, but I'm starting to think that all of the artifacts have a secondary purpose. I think that's what this equation is. Instructions on how to use the prime artifacts together to tune the tessellation. I don't think I can quite adequately convey how exciting this is for me. Figuring out exactly how these artifacts fit together is just the kind of puzzle that I live for. That said, I am not going to be able to crack this alone. We're all going to have to work together if we hope to get through this. The exogenous are coming to a Cyrus node, and it's going to come down to us, Nemesis, and all of you agents out there, to keep them on the outside looking in. This is the ingression the Resistance has been afraid of since XM was first discovered. This is the thing that we have to stop.